The giant space station called Valorian 1 was very quiet at night. Commander Minho walked through the long metal hallways with slow steps. His skin was blue and shiny like water. He had 4 eyes that saw everything. The Valorian people looked very different from other creatures in the galaxy, but that was normal for them. Minho had worked on this space station for 15 years. He knew every room, every door, and every light. The station was his home, and he loved it very much. He loved the order and the peace. Everything was perfect on Valorian 1. Everything was under control. Everything was exactly as it should be. But today, something strange happened. At exactly 3 o'clock in the morning, the sensors made a noise. It was a loud beeping sound that woke up everyone on the station. The sound came from the control room. It was not a normal sound. It was an alarm sound. It was a bad sound. Commander Minho stopped walking. He felt cold in his stomach. He had never heard this alarm before. He ran to the control room as fast as he could run. When Minho got to the control room, many people were already there. They were standing and looking at the big screens on the wall. The screens showed pictures of space and stars and numbers. Officer Darim was sitting at the main desk. Her skin was clear and white like glass. She turned to look at Minho when he came in. Her face was worried and surprised. She pointed at the biggest screen. On that screen, there was a red dot moving through space. It was very far away. It was thousands of kilometers away, but it was coming closer. It was getting bigger on the screen. It was a ship. A ship was coming to Valorian 1. "Commander, we have a problem," said Darim. Her voice was shaking. She was scared. Everyone in the control room was scared. "We found a ship on our sensors. It came from very far away. We did not see it coming. Our sensors did not find it until it was very close. This is very strange. This is not normal. Our sensors are supposed to find all ships thousands of kilometers away." Minho moved close to the screen. He looked at the red dot carefully. "What kind of ship is it?" he asked. "Is it one of our ships? Is it a ship from another Valorian station?" "No, sir," said Darim. "It is not one of our ships. We know all our ships. We know what they look like on the sensors. This ship is different. This ship is old. This ship is very, very old. And there is something else, Commander. There is a radio signal coming from this ship. It is a very old signal. It is not in any language that we know. But our computers found a match in the old database. A very old database. This signal matches a language that no one has used for 2,000 years. This is impossible, Commander. This is very, very impossible. 2,000 years. Minho felt his heart beat faster. 2,000 years was a very long time. 2,000 years ago, the Valorian Empire was young and strong. 2,000 years ago, many ships flew in the galaxy. Many different people lived in the galaxy. Many different creatures from different worlds came together. But something happened 2,000 years ago. Something bad. Something very bad. All the ships disappeared. All the travelers disappeared. All the traders disappeared. No one knew where they went. No one knew what happened to them. Only stories were left. Old stories. Old legends. Can you understand the message? Minho asked. Can you translate it? Darim pressed some buttons on her desk. The speakers made a sound. It was a voice. It was the voice of a person. The person was speaking. The person was saying words. The computer tried to make the words into Valorian language. Slowly, the words became clear. The computer speaker said, "This is Captain Nari. My ship is broken. My people are in big trouble. We need help. We need help right now. Please. If anyone can hear this message, please help us, please. We are in very big trouble." Everyone in the control room looked at each other. The voice was strange. The voice was different from Valorian voices. The voice was soft but strong. The voice was scared but brave. Minho listened to the message again and again. He listened to the words. He listened to the sound. He felt something in his chest. Something like sadness and surprise at the same time. "Darim," Minho said slowly. "Can you find the name of this ship in our old records? Can you find who this Captain Nari is?" Darim's fingers moved fast on her keyboard. She typed and typed and typed. The computer searched and searched and searched. Then she stopped. She looked at the screen in front of her. Her eyes were very big. She was shocked. She turned to look at Minho. "Commander," she said very quietly, "I found something. This ship is called the Pathfinder, and the name of the captain is Nari. Both the ship and the captain are in our old records. But here is the strange thing, Commander. This ship disappeared 2,000 years ago. This captain disappeared 2,000 years ago. They have been missing for 2,000 years. According to our records, they are dead. They cannot be alive. But their ship is here, and they are sending a message. This is impossible. This makes no sense at all. Minho looked at the red dot on the screen. The red dot was getting bigger and bigger. It was getting closer and closer. The ship was coming toward Valorian 1. The ship was coming toward them. Minho did not know what to do. He had never learned what to do in this situation. No one had ever taught him about this. He had never read about this in any book. This was something new. This was something very strange. This was something that should not be happening. But it was happening. It was really happening. The ship was real. The message was real. Something impossible was happening in the sky above them. Commander Minho went to the library. The library was very big and very old. Inside the library were books and books and books. These books had information about all the history of the Valorian people. They had stories about the old times. They had stories about people from long, long ago. Minho walked slowly between the tall shelves. He was looking for one book. He was looking for a book about the Pathfinder. He was looking for information about Captain Nari. He needed to know who she was. He needed to know what she was. He needed to understand this strange thing that was happening. He found the book in a dark corner. The book was very old. The pages were yellow and brown. The cover was damaged. The cover was broken in some places. The book was so old that it felt like it could break into pieces if someone held it too hard. Minho carefully opened the book. The pages made a soft sound when he turned them. A woman came to help him. Her name was Jiwoo. She was a historian. Historians are people who study the past. They read old books. They read old papers. They learn about what happened many years ago. Jiwoo worked in the library. She knew all the old books. She knew all the old stories. "Hello, Commander," said Jiwoo. She smiled when she saw him. "I can help you find something. I know all the books in this library. I know where to find everything." "What are you looking for?" "I am looking for information about the Pathfinder," said Minho. "I am looking for information about a captain named Nari. Can you help me?" Jiwoo's face became very serious. She did not smile anymore. She looked surprised. She looked shocked. She looked like she could not believe what she heard. She took the old book from Minho's hands. She held it carefully. She turned the pages slowly. She found a chapter about the Pathfinder. She read the words on the page. Then she looked at Minho. "Come with me," she said. "I need to show you something. I need to show you something important." Jiwoo took Minho to a special room. This room was kept locked. Only historians could go into this room. In this room were very old papers and very old pictures. In this room were things from the past. In this room was information about the people who lived 2,000 years ago. Jiwoo opened a box. Inside the box were pictures. The pictures showed a ship. It was a beautiful ship. It was made of metal that was shiny and silver. The ship had a long shape. The ship had big windows. The ship was called the Pathfinder. The pictures also showed a woman. The woman was tall and strong. The woman had dark hair. The woman was dressed like a captain of a ship. The woman's name was Nari. "Who are these people?" asked Minho. He looked at the pictures very carefully. He studied the woman's face. He studied the ship. Everything felt real. Everything felt true. Jiwoo sat down in a chair. She sighed a long sigh. She seemed very tired. "These people are from a species called humans," she said slowly. "Humans came from a planet called Earth. This planet was very far away. Humans were very brave. Humans loved to explore. Humans built ships to fly through space. Humans wanted to see new worlds. Humans wanted to meet new people. Humans wanted to learn new things. Captain Nari was a famous explorer. She led many ships on long journeys. She was very smart. She was very strong. She was very brave. People loved her. People followed her anywhere she wanted to go. What happened to them?" asked Minho. "Where are they now?" "Why did they disappear?" Jiwoo looked out the window. She looked at the stars in the sky. "Nobody knows," she said quietly. "That is the mystery. The Pathfinder left on a long journey 2,000 years ago. The ship went to explore new parts of space. The captain said they would return in 2 years, but they never came back. No one ever heard from them again. At first, people thought they were lost. People thought they died. After many years, people stopped looking for them. People stopped hoping they would come back. People started to think of the humans as legends. People started to tell stories about them. People said the humans were very special. People said the humans were brave. But people also said the humans were gone forever. We thought they were all dead. We thought the humans disappeared from the galaxy forever. Minho felt strange inside his heart. He felt confused. He felt amazed. He felt worried. He could not understand what was happening. Jiwoo, he said, what if they are not dead? What if they are alive? What if they are coming back? Jiwoo looked at Minho with big eyes. She stood up from her chair. She walked to the window and looked out at space. Far, far away in space, the Pathfinder was coming closer and closer. The ship was moving toward the Valorian station. The ship was bringing people who had been gone for 2,000 years. The ship was bringing legends back to life. The ship was bringing the humans back home. If they are alive, said Jiwoo very carefully, then everything will change. Our world will never be the same again. Everything we know about the past will change. Everything we know about the galaxy will change. This will be the most important day in all of Valorian history. This will be the day when we learn that the legends are real. This will be the day when we learn that the impossible things can happen. This will be the day when we meet the humans. Minho nodded his head slowly. He understood. He knew that something very big was about to happen. He knew that everything was about to change. He could feel it in his heart. He could feel it in his mind. The humans were coming back. The legends were becoming real. The impossible was happening. And there was nothing that anyone could do to stop it. The control room was full of people now. Soldiers stood by the doors. They carried weapons. They looked very serious. They looked ready for a fight. Commander Minho stood at the center of the room. He was looking at all the screens. He was watching the Pathfinder come closer and closer. The ship was now only 50 kilometers away. It was very close. In a few minutes, the ship would reach the station. In a few minutes, everything would happen. Open a communication channel, Minho said to Darim. Try to talk to the captain. Try to understand what she wants. Darim pressed buttons on her keyboard. She spoke into a microphone. Pathfinder, this is Valorian Station. Do you read me? Do you understand? This is Commander Minho speaking. Can you hear me? Can you understand my words? For a long time, nothing happened. There was only quiet and silence. Everyone waited. Everyone was nervous. Everyone held their breath. Then, the speaker on the wall made a sound. It was a voice again. It was a human voice. It was the voice of Captain Nari. Valorian Station, this is Captain Nari of the Pathfinder. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I understand you. Thank you for answering our call. Thank you for talking to us. We are in very big trouble. Our engines are broken. Our navigation systems do not work. We have 247 people on this ship. All of these people are alive, but they are sick, they are hungry, they are scared, they need help. Can you help us? Please, can you help us? Minho moved closer to the microphone. He wanted to speak to Nari himself. He wanted to hear her voice. He wanted to know who she was. Captain Nari, this is Commander Minho. I am the leader of this station. I want to help you. I want to save your people. But first, I need to ask you a question. I need to know who you are. I need to know where you come from.
I need to know about your ship. Can you tell me these things? There was another pause. Then Captain Nari spoke again. Her voice sounded sad and strange. Her voice had something like tears in it. Commander, my name is Nari. I come from a planet called Earth.
I am the captain of the Pathfinder. I was sent on a mission 2,000 years ago. I was sent to explore new parts of space. I was sent to find new worlds and new life. But something happened. Something very strange happened. We flew into a place in space that we did not understand. This place changed time. This place made time go faster or go slower. For us on the ship, it felt like 2 years passed. For the rest of the galaxy, 2,000 years passed. And now I am here. Now I understand what happened. And now I understand that everyone I knew is dead. Everyone I loved is dead. Everyone I knew is gone. Everyone in the control room became very quiet. They could hear the sadness in Nari's voice. They could feel her pain. They understood that she had lost everything. She had lost her entire world. Her family was gone. Her friends were gone. Her people were gone. 2,000 years had passed for everyone else. But for her, it was like yesterday that she said goodbye to Earth. "Captain Nari," said Minho gently, "I am very sorry. I am sorry about your loss. I am sorry about your people. But your people are alive. You are alive. 247 humans are alive. That is good news. That is very important. We will help you. We will save you. We will fix your ship. We will give you food. We will give you medicine. We will help you any way we can." "Thank you, Commander," said Nari. Her voice became stronger now. She sounded a little bit less sad. "Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your help. We do not have much. We have almost no food. We have almost no water. We have almost no energy left in our engines. But we have hope. We have hope because you answered our call. We have hope because you are helping us." Minho turned to his soldiers. He gave them orders. "Prepare the landing bay," he said. "Get the medical teams ready. Get the food and water ready. Get the energy batteries ready. The Pathfinder will land in 10 minutes. We need to be ready. We need to welcome these people. These are the humans. These are the legends. These are the people who disappeared 2,000 years ago. Now they are here. Now they need our help. We will give them everything they need." The soldiers ran quickly. They prepared everything. They set up beds in the hospital. They put food on tables. They put water in containers. They charged the power batteries. They made everything ready. Outside the station in the darkness of space, the Pathfinder came closer and closer. It was a small ship compared to the Valorian station. It was an old ship. It was damaged. There were holes in the hull. There were cracks in the metal. But it was still flying. It was still moving. It was still alive. And inside this ship were 247 people who had been lost for 2,000 years. They were coming home. They were coming to a new world. They were coming to a future that they could not imagine. They were coming to meet the Valorian people. They were coming to change history forever. The landing bay was very big. The floor was made of strong metal. The walls were made of strong metal, too. The ceiling was very high. This landing bay could hold very big ships. The Pathfinder was small, so it fit easily inside. The ship came down slowly, very slowly. The ship landed on the ground gently. There was no crash. There was no noise. The ship landed safely. The landing lights turned red. Everyone in the landing bay put on protective suits. They wore special clothes that covered their whole body. They wore masks on their faces. The Valorian people wanted to be safe. They did not know what humans looked like. They did not know if humans had any sickness. They did not know if humans could hurt them. So they wore protective suits. They stayed very careful. Commander Minho stood at the front of the landing bay. He waited. He was nervous. He had never met a human before. No Valorian had ever met a human before, at least not in 2,000 years, not since the time when the Pathfinder disappeared. Minho looked at the door of the Pathfinder. The door was big and round. The door looked very old. The door looked very tired. The door was damaged, but then slowly the door began to open. Light came out of the ship. Warm light, yellow light, human light. Then someone came out of the ship. It was a person. This person was tall. This person had 2 legs and 2 arms. This person had hair on the top of the head. This person had a face with 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. This person was very different from Valorians. This person was a human. This person was Captain Nari. Nari walked toward Minho slowly. She was wearing a special suit, too. It was not a protective suit like the Valorians wore. It was her old ship suit. It was damaged and torn. It had holes in many places. But she wore it with pride. She walked straight and tall. She did not look scared. She looked strong. She looked brave. She looked like a captain. "Commander Minho," Nari said. Her voice was clear and strong. "I am Captain Nari. I come from Earth. I come from far, far away. I come from a world that you did not know still had people living on it. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for saving my people. Thank you for giving us hope. Minho did not know what to say. He looked at Nari. She was so different. But she was also so familiar. He had seen her picture in the old books. She looked the same as the picture. But she also looked more real. She looked more alive. She looked more brave than any picture could show. Welcome, Minho said. Welcome to Valorian 1. Welcome to our station. Welcome to our home. You are safe here. Your people are safe here. We will help you. We will give you everything you need. More humans came out of the ship. They came out slowly. They looked weak and tired. They looked hungry and thirsty. They looked scared and confused. But they also looked brave. They looked like they wanted to live. They wanted to see what was outside their ship. They wanted to see this new world. They wanted to see the Valorian people. There were men and women and young people. There were old people. Some were sick and had to be carried. Some were so tired they could barely walk. But they all came out. They all wanted to see what was waiting for them. The medical teams helped the humans. They gave them water to drink. They gave them food to eat. They looked at the sick people. They tried to help them feel better. The humans drank water like they had never tasted water before. They ate food like they had never tasted food before. They cried. Some of them cried happy tears. Some of them cried sad tears. They cried because they were alive. They cried because they were no longer alone. They cried because they were saved. Nari walked with Minho through the station. She looked at everything. She looked at the walls and the lights and the machines. She looked at the Valorian people working. She looked at the windows that showed the stars outside. It is so beautiful, she said. It is so different from before. Everything is so different. Everything is so new. But I like it. I like this place. I like your people. I like the hope that I feel here. You have suffered a lot, said Minho. Your people have been lost for a very long time. But now you are here. Now you are safe. Now you can start a new life. Now you can start a new future. Nari stopped walking. She turned to look at Minho. She looked at his 4 eyes. She looked at his blue skin. She looked at his strange and beautiful alien body. Commander, she said, I do not know what the future holds. I do not know what will happen next. I do not know if my people will survive. I do not know if we will be welcome in this galaxy. But I know one thing. I know that we are grateful. I know that we are alive because of you. I know that the humans are not extinct anymore. The legends are alive, and that is enough. That is everything. 1 year has passed. 1 year since the Pathfinder came to Valorian 1. Many things have changed. The humans are alive and well now. They have food and water and medicine. They have places to sleep. They have jobs to do. They have hope. The Valorian people have accepted them. The Valorian people have learned to live with humans. The Valorian people have learned that humans are not so different after all. They bleed when they get hurt. They sleep when they get tired. They eat when they get hungry. They laugh when they are happy. They cry when they are sad, just like Valorians, just like all creatures in the galaxy. Captain Nari stood in a big meeting room. Many people were sitting in chairs. There were Valorian leaders. There were human leaders. There was Commander Minho. There was Jiwoo the historian. There were doctors and scientists and teachers. They were all talking about the future. They were all talking about what should happen next. They were all trying to decide what to do with the humans and the Valorians. They were all trying to figure out how to work together. The Pathfinder can be fixed, Nari said to the group. Our engineers have looked at the damage. It will take time. It will take work, but it can be fixed. We can fly again. We can go back to exploring. We can show you what the humans know. We can teach you many things. Will you leave us? Asked Minho. Will you take your people and go away? Will you leave the Valorians alone? Nari smiled. She looked at Minho. She looked at all the Valorians. No, she said. We will not leave. We will not go away. We will stay here. We will stay with you. We will work with you. We will learn from you. We will teach you. We will build something new together. The Pathfinder will fly again, but it will fly with Valorians on it too. It will fly as a ship that belongs to both our peoples. We will explore together. We will discover new worlds together. We will meet new creatures together. We will become one family. We will become one people. Everyone in the room was quiet. They understood. They understood what Nari was saying. She was saying that the time of separation was over. She was saying that humans and Valorians would be together forever. She was saying that two peoples would become one. She was saying that the future would be different. She was saying that the future would be better. Minho stood up. He walked to Nari. He looked at her with all four of his eyes. Captain Nari, he said, I want to make you a promise. I promise that the Valorians will help the humans. I promise that we will protect you. I promise that we will give you everything you need. I promise that we will make sure you never feel lost again. I promise that you will always have a home here on Valorian 1. Nari smiled. She reached out her hand. Minho took her hand. They shook hands. This was a human way of greeting. This was a way of saying yes. This was a way of making a promise. Years passed. Many years passed. The Pathfinder was fixed. It flew again. It flew with humans and Valorians together. They went to new worlds. They met new creatures. They found new places. They learned new things. They discovered new secrets of the galaxy. Humans became part of the Valorian Empire. They lived together. They worked together. They created art together. They made music together. They had families together. They became truly one people. On a day many years later, a young Valorian student asked Nari a question. The student was in a classroom on Valorian 1. There were many other students in the classroom. Some were Valorians. Some were humans. Some were from other planets. The teacher was teaching about the day when the humans came back. The teacher was telling the story of how everything changed. Captain Nari, the young Valorian, asked, Were you scared when you came to our station? Were you scared of us? Were you scared of the future? Nari thought about this question. She remembered that day. She remembered the fear. She remembered the sadness. She remembered the hope. Yes, she said. Yes, I was scared. My people were scared. We had been alone for so long. We had lost everything that we knew. But we also had hope. We had hope because your people answered our call. We had hope because you helped us. We had hope because we believed that tomorrow would be better than today. And was your hope right? Asked another student. This student was human. Nari looked around the classroom. She looked at the Valorian students. She looked at the human students. She looked at the students from other planets. She saw friendship. She saw learning. She saw hope. She saw a future that was bright and beautiful. Yes, Nari said with a smile. My hope was right. My hope was more than right. My hope was the beginning of something beautiful. The humans came back. We were lost and now we are found. We were alone and now we are together. We were just legends in history books. Now we are alive. Now we are part of this galaxy. Now we are part of this future. And that future is wonderful.